When you hear that, is that feedback in it? Still use it? No, Delvin. That sounds good to me. We're going to do it without the Delvin. Welcome to Care FM 93.5, operated by the Boulevard Baptist Church, 2 Washington Boulevard, Kingston 20 in Jamaica. We are celebrating this morning Road Safety Month, and we are delighted to have Superintendent Winchester Watson and also President Edgerton Newman. Both worship this morning at the Boulevard Baptist Church in the 9 a.m. service, and both brought greetings. We're going to start with Superintendent Winchester Watson. Please tell us, how long have you been in the Jamaica Constabulary Force?
Good. I am presently doing 27 years. Come this August, I'll be 20 years.
Tell us where you are now and where you have served before.
Well, I started my career in St. Catherine, and that was in 1995. And the division, that St. Catherine division, was split during that year into St. Catherine North and South. So I ended up in St. Catherine South, which is mostly Portmore. And it takes a part of Old Harbour. So it's Old Harbour Bay, Central Village, and those stations are in Portmore. So from there, St. Andrew North in April of 2007. And I served at St. Andrew North 2015. I then went back. Well, I went to the traffic headquarters. But what should be noted is that from 1995 November, I've been a motorcyclist. So my only break I got from being a motorcyclist was when I was promoted to an inspector in 2008 at St. Andrew North, where I served the operation department. And so between 2008 until 2015, I served as an operational inspector and then an operational officer.
What are your responsibilities now as a superintendent? What division, what department?
Well, I am the commanding officer for the traffic enforcement branch, traffic enforcement division, which falls within the PSTEL, the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, headed by Assistant Commissioner of Police Gary McKenzie. And you will know that our responsibility is wide and far. So once you speak to safety on the road, safety of personnel, public order, everything falls within PSTEP. My main responsibility is with really traffic enforcement division. And you know what goes. We have to deal with road safety. So we have our road safety unit at the branch headquarters, and we do all the educational aspect of traffic, do the operational aspect of traffic, which is enforcement. So on a daily basis, we are tasked with making sure the road is safe. And as early as 5:30 in the mornings, our men are on the road to ensure that we reduce congestion, ensure that the roads are in a state of free flow, that motorists going about their business can access the road freely. We investigate collisions also. So our task is wide.
Okay.
It is wide.
Tell me now, what has been your experience like dealing with the transport operators, development, sustainable services?
Well, I have had a cordial relationship with the group by the name of Tots.
Thoughts, yes.
But what I must tell you, there are many operators out there who does not fall within or under Tots. And from time to time, I will tell you, you will find some of the most cooperative drivers, while some just won't cooperate. And I can understand when you are working in an environment where it is that which put foods on the table. If you are not conscious of what you are doing, you will go chasing that dollar and don't care about anything else. So all you are seeing is just that passenger ahead of you, and you'll do anything to get that passenger. Whilst you have decent law-abiding persons within the sector who will ensure that they cooperate and obey the laws and the rules of the road. Some, it doesn't matter to them. They just want to get ahead and they'll do anything to get ahead.
Thank you very much. And the president of Tods is here, Editor Newman. He seems like he's always in the news. I saw and read where you have a pension scheme. Is it with Victoria Mutual? Tell us, what's that about?
First of all, let me say that I'm happy to be in your company again, and of course in the company of with Chester Watson, a man who has seen the importance of safety and has been a part of us. You know, very cordial relationship with the people at PSTEM, headed by ACP Gary McKenzie. But let's switch to good news. Um, for the past 13 months, I've been working with VMBS and the entire VMBS family. But what we did, we spent 13 months putting pen to paper to come out with something for the public transport sector. And this is a pension plan that we're asking transport operators, out of the little you're getting, put away something. Many of our operators reach 65 and have nothing to fall back on. I know personally go around with begging people to bury a taxi man at age 70. And we are saying that, listen, you're making $1, put away 50 cents. Put away half of that. And right now, has now paid off in the sense that VMBS has come on board, put together a massive plan, unexpected by them, where not only that it's a pension plan after 65. But right now, once you're saving with them, once you have that plan going, you can get a card to purchase 80%. They put finance by 80% to go into the transport business. We haven't problem getting that in the past, right? And with the commercial banks, now we can get that once you're part of the pension plan. House, land, you know, VMBS is known for mortgages. They are putting up that for us, right? And so we think it's a major plus for the public transport sector. But you know, it is much more than that, Sir Watson, because the indiscipline in the sector is what makes me sad every single day. And what VMBS is putting in place is a comprehensive training program where persons going to be a part of the plan must also be a part of the training program. And we have this now with BCIC for some time, over a year. They are now coming to double that training program with BCIC. So what we are saying, and we are asking the Transport Authority to make it compulsory. Getting a license, show you've done a training, right?
Okay.
That is important. And may I say that just last 2 weeks, the Transport Authority put in a program where the 5,600 Hackney carriage operators in the KMTR must become a part of an association. That will answer Mr. Watson's, well, put a top in on Mr. Watson's suggestion a while ago, that most of these operators in the KMTR are not a part of TOTS. They are part of no organization. And so they're out there creating mayhem. You can't talk to them.
Kelmy, I you have a program with BCIC recertification and you had a launch at UTEC.
Yes.
What was that about?
It wasn't a launch at UTEC, it's a certification of the organizations that are a part of TOTS. But we have a 1-year-old program now with BCIC where we go and train persons to become first responders, which is a holistic training, 9 different subjects. And so we are in the parish of St. Catherine now, but that is a massive program. You know, what we're seeking to do every year, train 350 transport operators as first responders. There's an accident, I must say this, there was an accident at close to the University of the West Indies, I think it was last week. And within 5 minutes, there were 25 taxis, and they assist that person from the wreckage and took that person to hospital. Well, I don't know the outcome of if the person is dead or whatever, but it shows that when there's an accident, the first person on the scene is always a taxi man.
Yes, sir.
And this time, the other person taking pictures. My director of project was on the spot. And he said, Mr. Newman, I have to go my phone and take picture because there were 25 taxi men in 5 minutes, right? And so we think the training is important for them, but it's a holistic training. So these guys, if you go to St. Thomas now, I tell you, most of the guys are trained in St. Thomas. They receive the certificate and they are doing well. We observe them operating in St. Thomas. We want the same thing for Kingston. Their graduation will be some next 2 weeks, and then we have the St. Catherine graduation. We don't have enough funding to train a whole other person, but we are saying 350 per year, and it's a 4-year project, so we keep going with it.
You're listening to Kira FM 93.5 FM, operated by the Boulevard Baptist Church, 2 Washington Boulevard, Kingston, Jamaica. I encourage you to join us on YouTube or Facebook, Instagram, 9 o'clock service or 8 o'clock Sunday school. And we have with us today Superintendent Winchester Watson. We're going to ask him a question and also the same question to President Newman Edgerton. What is it you would like to tell us about road safety today to all our listeners within this 5-mile radius of this church in Jamaica and also all over Jamaica and the world because it's on YouTube? What message you have for us concerning road safety?
I would want to tell Jamaica that road safety is all of us business. Even while sitting in your home, you have to be concerned about road safety because we have seen where persons are inside their home and they are hurt by vehicles that would have ended up in their home off the roadway. So we need to start from once that child start going to school, kindergarten, you need to have that child understand what is really happening on the road. And we must understand that the Prime Minister of Jamaica, he heads the Road Safety Council. So we must understand how serious of a business this is. And what I'm realizing is that some persons don't really take this thing seriously until they are a victim or a member or a friend, a member of the family or a friend becomes a victim. It should not be like that. So whether you are a passenger, you're a private motor vehicle driver, you drive for reward, which is the PPV drivers or the CMC drivers, a pedal cyclist, a motorcyclist, road safety is utmost of importance, and we all need to understand what goes when there is a collision and death occurs. The nurses, the doctors at the hospital, it affects them. And even after that person is put away, the family is left to deal with what is happening. Children is without father, they're without mothers. They will never see those loved ones again. So it's a permanent scar. Some breadwinners are missing. So it can't be just another day. No, you get a pretty funeral and that's it. No, there are persons who will be scarred for life. And I'm saying to you, when you are the victim and when a careless driver remove that person from your family, how do you cope? So it can't be just, no, it's not because it's not happening to me or because I'm in this taxi and I want to get to where I'm going. No, the driver can't be wrong. So on several occasions, we as the police have stopped drivers. And when we try to let persons understand what is happening, their concern is, I am late for work. And from an experience, Friday evening was the last time I stopped a Toyota Coaster along Spanish Town Road. This gentleman is over 60, and all he has was a piece of receipt with a TRN on it. And this man has been driving for years. He doesn't own a driver's license. He said that he had one 5 years ago. He can't renew it because it wasn't good in the first place. And what I had to do, he was arrested at the Ferry police station, and I sent for the owner of the bus. He told me cited for aiding and abetting, but I ensure that he took all those passengers to Spanish Town because they were stranded by 6 miles. So I know that the passenger can't ask you for your driver's license. But I'm saying to you, when you're driving on the soft shoulder, when you're overtaking without clear view, when you're bored in and out of traffic, say, driver, listen, we have something to live for. And with the 20 odd persons in that vehicle, give their voice and say, listen, me, it can't work. He will understand that he has to stop the wrong he's doing. So I would want everybody get on board and understand what is happening out there. Let us know, report it to us.
Yes.
We will take the necessary action. And
And
we are awaiting the finalization of the new Road Traffic Act. But until then, we'll work with what we have. We will work with what we have. And we are seeing some success as we speak.
And one of the strong points you made during the Boulevard Baptist Church's worship service was that you said that even after the accident, 10 years later, the trauma sometimes there. So not just over after a funeral, but the trauma. And so we need to practice road safety. President Newman, you will have the last word.
Thank you, Rev. And we are thinking alike, myself and Winchester Watson, because road safety is all our responsibility. Now, it is increasing. We wanted it to stay below 300. Now it's gone to 480. Now we are calling for partnership. Don't say because you're a pastor you have to preach the gospel. You don't business about road safety, because you don't know whose relative tomorrow morning might be engaged in a fatal crash. And you're on Boulevard. You're on this piece of road now. Sir Watson, is becoming a hotspot for major crashes.
Yes.
And so we are calling on Jamaica to understand that partnership is the best way. The companies out there, major companies out there, the major stakeholders, they have fleet of vehicles. Let us come together and deal with our road safety. And I'm happy that you caught that busman. And I'm happy he was arrested. And we need to hear publicly some of those on the news,
Yes.
that this man was arrested because he have a piece of paper, a piece of receipt to say he have a driver's license. That is not a driver's license. We want zero tolerance on our roads, zero tolerance. And that's why the focus is on driver today and for the rest of this year. And just to correct, is that Road Safety Month is our Road Safety 2022 campaign for the rest of the year.
Thank you very much, President John Newman. Road Safety Campaign for TODS, the initiative that they have, a good initiative. And this morning we had Mr. Lee, the chairman,
Yes.
giving greetings at the worship service. And we wish all the transport operators all the best. JCF and your team, Superintendent Watson, we are sure of our support. And Superintendent Watson, he gave me his number, so I have it in my phone here now. So whenever I have any problem,
Call
be
him.
in touch.
He answers his phone 24 hours a day. I love that.
Yes.
I'm going to testimony.
We're very happy that you're all joining us today at KRFM 93.5. Every Sunday, we start sometimes at 7, and we definitely have Sunday school at 8 o'clock, and the service is also at 9. And we're thankful to God that you have joined us. Thank you very much, studio engineer Delvin. Delvin, thank you.
All my day, I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You will lead me through the fire, and in darkest night, you were close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. Yeah. And all my life you have been faithful. Oh, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah. Your goodness is running out, it's running after me. Your goodness is running out, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running out, it's running after me. Oh, your goodness is running out, it's running after me. Your goodness is running out, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running, and it keeps running after me. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna